So, it was either make a video or do this on stream, and I'm feeling quite lazy, okay? I'm not going to make a video for this. I'm gonna try to keep it a bit short. I don't think it's gonna be short, though. If this is really just gonna be, I'll turn this into like a clip or something. I'll probably put it in my spreadsheet. This will be the guide for what to get if you are on a free-to-play account currently. If you already have it, just skip forward, right? They're going to be ordered, but it's not going to be ordered in length of time. So some of these things are going to take longer to do than others, and it's up to you to prioritize doing that if you think it's worth getting. And while we're loading in, Choir of One. Hopefully you bought this last week. If you didn't buy it last week, you are not going to have a good time trying to get it this week. Granted, you do have... Actually, no, you only have 1 week to get this thing. And it's Thursday today? So you have till Tuesday to get this thing. Not great. Yes. I hope you bought that answer last week. That's all I got to say about that. Genuinely, would it be nice to get the catalyst? Would it be nice to get destabilizing rounds and whatnot? Yes. Do you need it? Not necessarily. Ideally, you could get a friend who already unlocked the mission, all versions of the mission, and then they can run you through it, so that would expedite your catalyst and your intrinsics getting, right? But, okay, this is what I'd say the first thing you would do should be is head over to the Exotic Archive, and you're going to pick out some weapons, okay? Red War Exotics are already free. Forsaken Exotics, though, it's going to be 3 free Forsaken Ciphers here, I believe it's called. Pick those up, and what I did was I bought Lemonarch, and I bought Lumina. Obviously, Izanagi's Burden is free right now, currently. It's part of Rite of the Nine. You can go pick that up at the Emissary currently. Ideally, I would have bought Anarchy third, but I spent my spoils on Acreus. So ideally, it would be Lemonarch, Lumina, Anarchy. And then on the next page, what have we got? Okay. So, and this is pretty much for PvE players right now. I can circle back around on PvP players, but this is pretty much a PvE player's perspective, right? Buy Leviathan's Breath. Good chance that this will see some use in the next DLC, just because of hierarchy of needs catalyst rework. So definitely buy Leviathan's Breath. Buy Bastion. It's getting a buff as well. There are some uses for free to play, like you could be on Arc Hunter and using Bastion. I guess you could use Solar Titan as well on free to play. Yeah, boom, right there. Pick up Fourth Horseman just because it's that gun. With the Horde, of course, also one of the better guns in the game. I am still considering Ariana's Vow, but as for the rest of this page, you can definitely live without that. Pick up Agar's Scepter. This is the only important one here. Tiku's potentially also good with the hierarchy of needs change upcoming, but I don't have too much faith in it. Grain Overture. Pick that up immediately. Probably should be like the first thing you pick up. The rest doesn't matter. You could pick up Delicate Tomb if you are a Arc Warlock enjoyer. This gun is actually free. I didn't have to buy that. That gun is going to be free over at the Special Deliveries terminal. It's going to be at the top, and then there's going to be the Tessellation Catalyst at the bottom. Right, so this is free, and I am considering Exodus. Dragon's Breath is, please don't. Just, people think this gun is good. It's not good. It's not good. It's actually so, like, this is actually mid, the gun. We could implement, I mean, I think it's kind of cope to say that it's going to be strong next season. I think it'll be usable next season. That being said, I don't think it's worth buying. Tessellation was actually free as well, so you can just pick that up immediately. And of course, this is from a season pass. Hopefully you already got it. If you didn't, I would definitely pick up a Lethanum if you did not already have that. And that is it for the kiosk. What are these exotics? These exotics are quest-based exotics. So, and to be fair, like, this is just what Dimna says is quest-based. Not necessarily all of it is quest-based. Like, I don't think Striga, which I underlined, is a quest. I think it's just completing the Witch Queen campaign, and then I think you get it. Just like that. So the weapons that I underlined are the ones that are worth chasing at the moment. So I would say grab Striga. You can definitely get Divinity. I already have the quest for it. Get Still Hunt. That's doable within 2 weeks, I'd say. Parasite. It's gonna be a bit annoying, I think. I don't remember enjoying this quest one bit. And then Xenophage. Oh, let me move this over a bit. There we go. So yeah, do your best to get Osteo, Div, Still Hunt, Xenophage, and Parasite. Weshender, kinda cope. Malfeasance, no thank you. I think, I'm not sure at what point it unlocks, but there is a good chance that you'll just be able to straight up pick these 3 glaives up for free at the evidence board and the enclave. I'm just not sure at what point of the campaign that unlocks, or the post campaign, right? Winterbite would be cool, but that one's gonna take a while is the issue, so I can't really suggest focusing that. That's gonna take a lot of your time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, here we go. Barrow Dyad. You're gonna want to start this, and I think it is doable as well. I think this is doable. So, Barrow Dyad quest, you're gonna want to start that. If you don't know how to start that, search up a guide. It's as simple as booting up Nether and getting lucky and finding a specific blight. So definitely start that. Choir, hopefully you bought that. Slayer's Fang, I cannot recommend it, at least not for PvE. I hear that it is decent in PvP. Can't quite remember how long it takes to get it though, so I'm not going to recommend that right now. Secondly would be, do I have any exotic engrams? It would be spamming exotic engrams. Hopefully you have a lot. Of course, your season pass is now opened up, so you can go ahead and redeem all of this bottom row here. And there's tons of exotic engrams, or ascendant shards and whatnot. And the harmonizers, definitely pick up those harmonizers as well. But you're gonna want to spam those exotic engrams because, one, you didn't have this section of armor here. Just spam the engrams, you're gonna get them all. In terms of what's actually good here, Geomags, Getaway, and Fellwinter's Helm. The rest is like niche to, ranging from niche to mid, right? But there's also weapons that we don't have. I've already spammed my engrams, so I have all of them now, but we had Monte Carlo, we had this. So it went from Cerberus over to Lord of Wolves, which, as you should know, is like popping off right now. So you're gonna want to spam those engrams and get all of these weapons cleared out here, especially Queenbreaker as well. Like we got T-Ghoul, Queenbreaker, Lord of Wolves. You want all of those easily. Black Talon for PvP. That's a little elite ball knowledge. There is a good chance that subclasses will not be carrying over past the free week. So I can't really recommend getting Strand, and I can't recommend doing the whole Final Shape campaign. What I can recommend though is doing the first 4 missions or so of the Final Shape campaign, just to get your super. Unlock that super and unlock that extra aspect. I think there's a good chance that since these are on the mono subclasses, they'll stay. I have a good feeling that I'll still be able to use these after the free week is up. So definitely go ahead and get your super, and if you have 3 characters, do it in all 3 characters. But get your super and get your extra aspect for sure. No real reason to do it on legendary difficulty unless you want that exotic, which I'm pretty sure you can just end up buying over here at Rahul. So, I mean, I already start I already bought things here. I've bought speaker sight. What's truly worth focusing on? Let's actually talk about that, because there's some trash in here. Storm Dancer Sprays, nobody uses that. Baladorth, nobody actually uses that. Swarmers, not good, just because not tangles. Threadlings aren't good. It would actually be good if Threadlings were usable. Dawncore is not actually good. Mantle of Battle Harmony, I hear people cope on this. I've never seen anyone actually using it. No one's using that exotic. Nothing Medical is not good. Secant, personally, I do cope on this, but of course nobody uses it. But you don't really have to buy this. So what should you buy? Speaker sight first, 100%. Speaker sight first. Rhyme Coat Raiment, pretty solid. It should still be decent on Stasis. Osmio, 100% by Osmio. Rain of Fire, buy that. Cenotaph, yep. Fallen Sunstar, buy that. Necrotic Grips, buy that. Briarbinds, because why not? And then Matidoxia. I don't think I ever pronounced the middle O there. Matidoxia. I just call it Matai. Definitely buy Matai, okay? Buy that one. That's kind of a why not one. There's no reason to not get that one, as opposed to some of the really bad options that I said. Similarly, so you're gonna be doing a lot of that same stuff for your other characters if you have 3 characters. PvE, anything else for PvE? There's gotta be something else. We have raids, but I can't necessarily say to go hit those other than Garden of Salvation, because you should be getting that div done. You do want your divinity. Okay, you want that. Deepstone Crypt does have good weapons, great weapons. LMG is decent. Heritage is great. Succession is great. Posterity is actually one of the better hand cannons for PvE in the game. But I don't know, I think it just flew under the radar. Granted, people don't really like 180s, but they are better than 140s for PvE. I'd say probably worth your time running just one Deepstone Crypt fully, and if you'd like, you can farm for a Heritage or Succession. Just because it's farmable, like it actually makes sense to do this as opposed to going into those other raids. And I do think it is worth your time getting a Succession and a Heritage. I think they're farmable in the same encounter. It should be 8 tracks. They should be both obtainable in 8 tracks. So the episodes, they are finally available. I think the first day that this free access week dropped, they weren't working. It was only like Heresy working, but now the episodes are working. Granted, hard for me to say to actually go in and complete these seasons, just because that's a serious time investment. So really just I'd say get Barrow Dyad, and if possible get a friend to run you through Encore. But there are definitely some things to do in these seasons before the time is up, such as using your tonics. Granted, you have to actually make tonics, right? And you're gonna need materials for that. So failsafe isn't over there because I haven't started that episode. I already talked to Ido. There's gonna be a whole little thing over here. You'll come over here and you'll grab your tonic capsule, I think it's called. So I'd say it's actually worth getting your tonic capsule, just because you can be popping these and you'll get some onslaught weapons. You'll get some weapons that you didn't have access to before, right? So I'd say that's worth doing. Granted, you're going to end up having to run some onslaught if you're going to want to re-up on your materials. So you're going to want to rank this up, and you're going to want to get your Tome of Wands. Just do Nether till you rank up to rank 3, and you're going to pick up your Tome. I think once I pick it up, it should give me access to a couple more rows up here, and then in one of these rows is going to be the Rotoscopic Rune, which is required. Oh, the Scotopic Rune, which is required for the Bear Diet quest. And I think that this is really the only thing that's holding me back. I think once I get that, I can breeze through the rest of this Bear Diet quest, and I can actually get the gun. As for the upgrades, that's going to be quite slow, not necessarily worth your time. And this is a good opportunity to fill out your seasonal challenges as well. That's just more XP. Do Avalon. Why not? Get a Excalibur. I think this is around just for the week, and then next week it'll be, who knows? I don't know what the rotation is. It could be Seraph Station, and you'll get your Revision 0. Could be Starcrossed, and you'll get your Wishkeeper. I think it's just those 3 missions. So definitely do Avalon this week and get a Excalibur. Not really worth farming for all of the upgrades at the moment. And then we'll see what it is next week. Hopefully it's actually which would I prefer? Revision or what? Revision. Yeah, hopefully it's Seraph Station next week. Hopefully the free-to-plays get access to Revision 0 for sure. Wishkeeper is like okay, but it's a bow, right? And bows aren't in a great place. Okay, yeah, let's do PvP now then. I think some of these quests are PvP weapons. Chaperone. Easily pick up this quest. And this is a super easy one to do. Just reset your Crucible rank, and you should get Chaperone just like that. Easy, okay? Definitely pick that up. That's going to be at any quest terminal, like abandoned quest terminal. There's going to be one at the tower. There's one at the helm as well, actually. Okay, you got a terminal. It's going to be mostly empty. And to be fair, I probably picked up most of these things as well, but there was not much here to begin with. Arbalest is already in here. You should probably have Arbalest already if you're free to play. Like, I don't know why they give it to you so many times, but you should probably already have Arbalest. And then there's a harder version of it. Like, I don't know why anyone would do this version of Chaperone. So definitely pick up the other version that it's just a Crucible rank reset, right? And then Sweet Business, you should have that already. Furthermore, Trials of Osiris should be coming back this Friday, which is tomorrow, so definitely go speak to Saint. Definitely, if you're a PvP player, we're at the PvP section now, so if you're a PvP player, definitely go ahead and talk to Saint and engage in Trials of Osiris this weekend, just for a good chance to get yourself an Inquisitor. Okay, so let's just look at this through a PvP player's perspective. So you'll have the 3 exotic, the Forsaken Ciphers. What would you buy? You should buy Truth. Great for PvP right now. I don't know if you're going to nerf it at all. Currently, when you pick up heavy ammo with the Truth rocket launcher in PvP, you get 2 rockets. And of course, these rockets have tracking, so it's really good. Very strong. Thorn, great. If you're on console, Last Word is good. If you're on PC, probably just skip this one and go straight to Ace of Spades. If you do want to pick up Last Word either way, then you're gonna have to pick between Ace of Spades or Thorn. Pick your poison. Watch a couple videos on it and figure out which one you like more. PvP, Tommy's Matchbook, it should still be good. I believe it is. Traveler's Chosen, just from being a sidearm, should be good, but I don't hear anyone talk about it, so I'd probably skip it. Lorenz is actually not bad, but frankly I haven't used it too much, and from what I hear it's more so a weapon to be used in Rumble, so do with that what you will. Cryesthesia, also pretty good. Tiku's actually does get some use every now and then. You'll find a good Tiku's player in PvP, and Duality is also one of the better it's special, but it's one of the better slug shotguns in the game. Red Death. Honestly, I would pick this up. If I was a PvP player, I'd pick that up. Yeah, pick that up for sure. Okay, what I'll do is I'll pull up Dim and I'll look at the armor for the other 2 classes and just kind of give a quick overview of which ones to pick up. So for PvP, in terms of what's missing, honestly, like you could really live without most of these for PvP. Like, you'll see some use of Osmiumancy, which you should already pick up in PvP. Like the rare, very rare Briarvines Void Warlock in PvP. That's really it. I mean, you can use speakers in PvP too. I like to do that. but you should already be buying that. So okay, there's not much of a difference between the two. So let's say you're a hunter, and we're gonna do PvE and PvP just all in the same go here. Let's see what exotics you don't have access, or you wouldn't have had access to before. You're gonna pick up Star Eaters if you didn't have that. Gonna pick up RDMs as well. Pick up, yeah, pick up Speed Lotus Lax. Yep. Pick up Gifted Conviction. Ideally, I mean, Relativism would be better, but you're not gonna be able to keep Prismatic, most likely. And to be completely honest, let's be fair. There's a small chance that you could keep the subclasses, in which kind of maybe throw that into the end of your list. Like, you know what, I'll finish the Final Shape campaign and I'll maybe get some of the more important fragments unlocked, just in case, because why not? Honestly, Omni, I'd say that's worth picking up. You can use it in PvP or PvE. Triton Vice is like a hard maybe. That's a hard maybe in terms of picking up for PvE. I'd get Caliban's just because that's gonna be really fun in PvP, hitting some of those clips. Yeah, I was gonna say but I was thinking PvP. But no, you can use that in both, truly. So yeah, pick up Renolans. There's a lot of good exotics here to pick up for Hunter. My goodness. I'm not gonna have Strand, so that's not worth it. If you couldn't pick up Backrest before, pick up Backrest now, because Stasis is a free subclass. Definitely have that ready. And Fealty, of course. Get Fealty, yes. And if you don't have Athos, I'd probably pick that up as well. Okay, so for Titans, if you didn't have any of these, pick up Hazardous Propulsion. Doesn't seem that useful. That being said, Phoenix Cradle. Okay, this should be the Shadowkeep campaign reward. That reminds me. Do your Shadowkeep campaigns if you want those exotics. And what those exotics are should be Phoenix Cradle, Assassin's Cowl, and it's a chest piece, Storm Dancer's Brace. Of those three, what's actually useful, Assassin's Cowl is it is the most useful. Storm Dancer's Brace easily at 3rd place, and just because nobody likes using that super. And then Phoenix Cradle, it's in the middle there. I have found out, I guess I didn't really know what it did before, but it's actually like mildly useful. You can increase your teammates' supers durations. So like, think Chaos Reach. You can make your teammates' Chaos Reach last longer. So I'd say it's probably worth doing the campaign for that. What else do we got? What should you buy? You don't have it already. Funny enough, Titans have like some of the worst exotics here. I'd say grab Pyrogale. Should have access to Burning Wall, so grab Pyrogale. Pick up Point Contact, Can't Embrace. Stasis, pick up Icewall Mantle as well. Barrier Champion. This one's cope. This one's definitely cope. I want to say that, like, I know they're probably, like, they're not even on Solar, right? They're not gonna have Radiant, probably. But I want to say there's better ways for them to stun a Barrier Champion. There's gotta be, right? But like, I don't know. If you struggle with that, or you think this is gonna be useful to you, then pick up Second Chance as well. No backup plans. Honestly, pick that up. Yeah, pick up No Backup Plans, because they do have access to Acarius, and they can probably find some use in that. Titans. If you're a PvP player, pick up Titans. It could get a buff someday, who knows? And you're gonna be that annoying Titan with the shoot through barricade. It'll be great. Well, really, I'd pick it up. Not necessarily very useful now, but I'd pick it up. And I'd say that's really it. If you have time and you want to fill out the rest of your collection, feel free to pick up the rest of the exotics that I didn't mention. you know, whether or not they're going to be useful or not, up to you. Oh, you know what? You do have to finish the Final Shape campaign anyways if you want Still Hunt. If you want Still Hunt, you are going to have to finish that campaign. And now that I remember it, isn't Renewal Grasp, isn't that the reward for, I guess that would have to be Legendary difficulty, but I think that is the reward for doing that on Legendary. Also Secant Filaments, and I think it's Loreley. So another thing for free to place to do, y'all. Holy shit, okay. Alright, so head over to Bungie.net, right? Log in. Like I just took 10 years to do, go ahead and log in. And you're gonna hover over Destiny 2, go to Season Pass Progress. It'll show you the current season, episode Heresy, but you also do have the previous season, which I'm hoping you played. Obviously, I did play a bit because I reached 174. It says in about, I don't know, it says 105 now. 174 rewards in the Battle Pass. I reached 105 last season. It looks like I would be able to go ahead and claim these, so let's just claim one to check. It works. Huge. So that's more loot there, y'all. That's what we look at. Okay, I already had 11 cores, Revan engrams, Glimmer cores, Finisher, upgrade module, coins, cores, bunch of stuff. However far you got. I think I got far enough to get the armor sets unlocked here. So huge. Ergo sums. So I guess while I'm kind of still on the topic of Ergo sum, let's go ahead and outline some good roles to acquire. Okay, in terms of main perks, what is worth getting for an Ergo sum? Wolf backgrounds, if you are a raider or do any team content that's like moderately difficult, like even moderately difficult. Arc Conductor, Perfect Fifth, and on the very lowest end of all of those, Unplanned Reprieve. Okay, so Perfect Fifth is going to be for damage, Arc Conductor is going to be for ad clear and survivability, Unplanned Reprieve is going to be for damage, Wolfpack is for support in damage phases, and I think it's just those four. So let's start with Arc Conductor. You're going to want a wave frame or a caster frame. You're gonna want those. I'm gonna tell you, it's like these two are especially bad for this frame. Okay, you can get away with using a lightweight frame. If you get a lightweight frame and it's Arc Conductor, hold on to it. Okay, because there's a lot of rolls that this thing can get, so I just hold on to what I get for now, okay? But ideally, you get wave frame or even caster, right? And then you're gonna want, like 99% of the time, you're gonna want Swordmaster's Guard, and then you're gonna want either Enduring or Jagged. I'm gonna lean more towards Enduring for the Risk Runner role or the Arc Conductor role, but Jagged is fine too. This thing does have a catalyst, which I guess you would be able to get if you do a GM Excision, which should be also free to play. So moving on, we got Perfect Fifth. Ideally, you get a caster frame for that, and that's really the only frame that you want for it. You're also going to want Swordmaster's Guard. You can do Enduring or you can do Jagged. They're pretty much the same for this role. Okay, and that's for Perfect Fifth. For Wolfpack rounds, you're going to want, of course, Swordmaster's Guard, but it does matter less on this, on the Wolfpack round roll, because you're only swinging the sword like one time every, I don't know, 7 seconds. So yeah, Swordmaster's Guard. The frame doesn't matter too much. People kind of lean towards lightweight frame because it uses the least ammo on a heavy attack, and you need to use your heavy attack to trigger the Wolfpack perk. So people do lean towards lightweight, but I mean, There's no reason to not use Wave Sword or even Caster, even Vortex, because again, you're not using it that much, so it's not like it's a bad thing, right? You could do Enduring, you can do Jagged, whichever you want. You don't even really have to, I don't think you even have to hit an enemy with it to proc it. It's just swinging the sword in general, right? For wolf packs. But I mean, generally aggressive is like just kind of shit. It's like kind of just the worst frame. Nobody's gonna use it. Unplanned Reprieve. This of course, and this is a damage based roll. This one, again, it is on the lowest, like it's the lowest rank of the top ergos, because it's not really getting used, just because I think it's because we don't have many bosses that it would be applicable to. But Wave Sword, Caster, you can even get away with Vortex, and I want to say low-key you can get away with Aggressive if you're running Unplanned Reprieve, Ergo Sum, but just focus on those top three. That's what I do. So that's all for Ergo Sums. That's all you need to know for those. I guess it is farmable. If you want like a cool PvP sniper, like you could farm this. And that reminds me, Cloud Strike. Cloud Strike is, you know, it is available now. That being said, it is a complete RNG drop, and you have to do the story on top of that, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you should have done the story already, because Stasis, and it's free. But complete RNG drop, I think, took me like at least 35 Empire Hunts to get my Cloud Strike. If you're a PvP player, and to be fair, I don't think I outlined too many things for PvP players to do, so you might have enough time to actually go and farm that. But again, complete RNG, you might not even get it by the end of this. Like, you know, like you probably will, but there's a world where you don't get it by the end of this fucking free week. So something to think about. There's Cloud Strike. I'm just being fed so much good information today. I got more things for the free-to-plays to do. All right. So the other thing I was mentioning that free-to-plays can do is, since they have access to these new raids, is they might as well go and hit. Well, actually, I think it's only this raid that they should do this for, because I think if they do this for other raids, they won't get any loot. I think they'll only get armor mods, which is not useful. But last wish, if you open secret chests, it actually gives you a weapon or armor. And technically you are able to get in here without the DLC in the first place. You can do an extremely complicated and long out of balance route and get to the chest, which I've never done. I don't plan on doing for this account. But yeah, this is an option, so go ahead and I think you can do this on all three characters, so I would recommend doing it on all three. Maybe you get a good supremacy, get a good fusion, you know. There's stuff in here. There's stuff to be used in here. And it's down here. Give me a weapon. Nation of Beasts. Shadow Enigma. Super Glaive. Unfortunately, glaives that don't have close to melee next season won't be that good. So it's kind of dead. But shout out. So I don't think Kabal stuff is too realistic getting that. It is technically possible. Like everything that I've listed is possible. If that's the first thing you do, and you're willing to make it the only thing you do, if you put all your time into it, you can definitely complete everything in there. Well, you can complete one thing in there 100%. But if you want to get, you know, the most loot for your time, I wouldn't prioritize Kavasta. I think I'm gonna call it here. I was gonna make this a highlight, and then it ended up being over an hour, so we clearly can't do that. I'm gonna have to export it and chop it up into a shorter, more concise, maybe 10-minute video. Unfortunately, I didn't want to have to do that at all. But okay, I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay, I'm gonna finish this one because I'm started.